Live from Music City, Nashville, Tennessee, this is your motivational, sensational, inspirational, educational, aspirational, international, keenly awaited, daily created, highly anticipated edition of the Afternoon Swing Trading Floor with your humble host, Jerremy Newsome, with another daily dose of mentally delicious brain food, reminding each of you to love life, live life, and trade it. What is going on, folks and friends? Hope you're doing amazing. What a day. June 1st did not disappoint. I mentioned last week that we would have some great gaps today if we did gap, because it would be a new day, new week, new month. And that's exactly what happened on Tesla. Everyone made money on Tesla. There's no way you could not have made money on Tesla. And yeah, just some good stuff. So pretty fired up about it. Here's what we're going to do. Today is Mentorship Monday. I'm going to fly because we got so much to talk about. And I got the advanced class #1, and also I got to run 4 miles. So here we go. SPY, trend is bullish, not really shocking, not really surprising, nothing really changed by the dip. Same thing for all the other indices. Dow Jones, bullish, Q's bullish, it's all bullish by the dip. We'll be making new all-time highs any day now on the Q's. So yeah, by the pullback, still looks good. Okay, cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to review these stocks. We're going to review the stocks that we're in for a swing trade, and then we will get into what I want to talk about, because I promise you guys something big for June. Here we go. COTY, Cody. And Cody Incorporated has itself a one white soldier. Strong candle. Looks good. I forget exactly who requested this particular trade, but that particular person was looking at buying as a support from here. And yeah, that would be verified and refied today. Nice one white soldier. There's a lot of good one white soldiers out there, but this one was no different. Strong one white soldier with closing above that volume candle. Looks good on Cody. BJ's Wholesale. We talked about this one a few times. Just a good trend. Nice gap. Looks pretty strong. Let the trend continue, I would say, on BJ's. Again, buy a dip, be kind of conservative, getting in before it actually breaks out, right? So before it breaks out, you can just have some small pieces of it in case it runs, but obviously you want to buy it as low as you can and then just be patient from there. But of course, the trend looks great. Certainly one you should have on your list. Maxar. Maxar is tearing up the charts. What's beautiful about Maxar is we are working on getting above those moving averages. We were talking about those a lot, and there's the 100. So we are above that now. So what I'm interested in at some point is a pullback on Maxar. Again, 1526 is a possibility, or 1390. But a few of you are already in this one, which is nice. And for those who are, congratulations. It looks nice. So just kind of keep an eye on it. Double bottom, breaking out above all moving averages. It's not super expensive. Be looking at playing it if you want to. And again, since today is Mentorship Monday, you'll be getting, and you probably are watching this in the recording section, but you'll also get a recording of the day trading room today where we talked about a lot. But also you will get a copy of so much more. So stay tuned. Maxar, bullish, buy the dip, looks strong. Next on the list is JD.com. So JD.com, you had yourself that hammer candle, inside candle breakout yesterday being Friday. And then we did pull back some today. We did not trigger the limit buy simply because we did not quite pull back quite far enough for that to happen, but we did retrace. So if you were in it, awesome. And if you're not, I guess equally awesome. I would more or less simply say, wait for a little bit more of a pullback at this point, because if it takes out the low of this candle, it's going to go lower. So I would throw it probably in here and lower the stop loss a little bit, something like that. So limit buy, that'd put it at 51.85 with a stop loss at 47.85. So yeah, 51.85 by 47.85 is how you could play JD if you want to. What is this? TC crash reporter. I'll just get out of that. All right, next on the list, TAST, and this is Carlos Restaurant. So Carlos Restaurant, this was an official swing trade that we set up, and it still looks nice, ironically enough. I mean, I like it. It looks good, decent setup, good looking candle, okay looking chart. We got in, we got out, we made money, high fives, hugs all around. So it's still kind of flat. Pressure is building though, I think, on the daily chart. I mean, here's the weekly. And you can see that we're just really, really trading quite nicely sideways. So there are some traders still in it, right? And if you are still in it, beautiful, because it looks good. And I dig it. I am out of it though. I have no position in that right now. WBT, we built. Here's the daily chart, or well built. Well built, not we built. Well built, we talked about a few different trades. We talked one about buying a breakout of this high wave candle, and the other one was buy a pullback to 545. That's $5.45. Don't have any position on this one. Did not get triggered in, didn't do anything with it. So all is good. But if you did, awesome. You know, if you're playing it, cool. Again, I can't be in everything. I would not suggest that you should be in everything, that you want to be in everything, but that one does look quite nice. And overall, I mean, there's a lot of stocks that look nice. And again, I do think we're going to continue higher for the most part. There will be a dip at some point in time in the market, and that will be a viable dip, but I still think we got some ways to go before that happens. This one was a big one in the morning room. Axion Enterprise, great gap. AAXN. I know Charles Wade was looking at this one really strong way back when. Speaking of Mr. Wade, let me go check on the Wadester. All right, buddy. So, yeah, AAXN. I mean, good gap. It did clear some pivots. It was a nice retest gap. It just kind of opened and ran. Here is your 3-minute chart. So, you know, the only way you would have been able to play it is probably this like a little breakout right here, or maybe this bullish trade over here. You might remember this used to be Taser, TASR. Matt's saying in the chat pane, AAXN used to be Taser, police tasers and body cameras. Gotcha. And again, I mean, I know that's sad, the whole riot thing. It's unfortunate that it had to happen, or that it happened. It didn't have to happen, but it's unfortunate in general that anything like that has to, you know, occurs. But I get it. I mean, protecting some of those who protect us, stock is at an all-time high. So the trend is up. Buy the dip if you want to be in it. I have no position in the stock, but a lot of people do. And Rudy says the same as CETX. A little. Two totally, absolutely, unequivocally different companies, though. Different types of companies, different fundamentals. Taser actually makes something and has a product, and this is a black diamond down to zero. Just an absolute ski slope. I mean, you could get lucky. This one, they do produce cams for officers. Interesting. Well, they are struggling. They are riding the struggle bus. They must not sell any police cams. Man. Simtex. That is a cool name, though. Simtex. I mean, can it continue higher? Absolutely. But Robert says AAXN must be eating their lunch. Something is up. I mean, this is obviously, if you bought over the weekend, congrats, right? That's awesome. But Simtrex, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could get a little bit of a spike on this one, but I would prefer to go with AAXN versus CETX. Just seems safer to me. All right. Woo, nice. Yeah, get it. Ooh. Slack Technologies finally getting that invert head and shoulders pattern. I know I messed up and flubbed up the official directional swing trade where we got in there and got stopped out there with the actual like directional trade. But we've been in calls, I mean, since early May, end of April. $35 October calls have, they've increased in value a little bit. So we've been looking at this one literally every day for the last 2.5, 3 weeks. And every one of you should be in calls or shares or something, because we literally use Slack. Every single time I talk about Slack, I'm like, hey, you use it. Be an owner, not just a consumer. You can buy 5 shares. You don't have to have a lot, right? If you have 2 shares of this company, good for you. High five. You made some money. Mike says, I did the swing trade different. I got 2 R's. There you go, Mike K. Well done. But yeah, work is Rampage Jackson right now. Amy's got a June covered call, so she's looking at profiting from that. And here's what I'm planning on doing on Slack. Now, you don't have to do this. It's entirely up to you, but we will be talking about this type of strategy in the near future. And by near future, I mean this week in the advanced trading section of Real Life Trading. Make sure you and any friend that you have who wants to get absolutely mind-altering information to go over here and click on that tab right there, Real Life Trading, Advanced Trading, and get in. It's literally free. Thankfully, this time I'm not going to get sued for creating this content. I've gotten sued before for creating this content because it's so epic. But those lawsuits are now over with, and doing it again. Edward says, sued? Yeah, man, haters going to hate. There's a lot of people that charge a lot of money for this content. And giving it away for free doesn't help their bottom line, you know? So, yeah. Also, guys, if you haven't been sued, get sued. You know, that's how you know you're doing something well. Someone's coming after you. It sucks, but it's an unfortunate advent of making money. If you make a lot of money, you will get sued. Just what's going to happen. It will just occur. Anyway, long story short, don't care. All is over with. It's in the past. Advanced section, get it. It's great. We start tonight, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right. So this is going to be a strategy that we will cover in that class. But if you are in call options, again, or shares, at least 100 shares, you could consider selling WORK. You could consider selling an October $50 call option. October $50 call option, which will pay you about $2.40. Rudy says, is the advanced also for stock trading? Nope, just stay out of it. No, sir. All right. Sold call $50. Because really, if you think about it, Rudy, I mean, what can you do with stocks? You buy them or sell them, you know, there's nothing really else you can do. Rob says, how are you arriving to that date and premium? Well, the date's easy, Rob, because it's the same exact date that I bought it, right? So I bought the October calls. Do you agree, Rob? So I'm just selling the exact option. Rob says, I mean, originally. Back in April? Why did I pick the October 35 calls? Oh, I wanted to buy enough time to be right, man. That's pretty much it. I always will buy more time than less time. So if you're like, when's it going to happen? I go, I don't know. Let's just buy some time on it. Then I'll just buy a few months. And then I generally will go, where do I think it's going to go between now and 5 months from now? It's like, I'll just pick a strike that, you know, is out of the money a little bit, where it looks like this trend can go to. And it is. So was a great trade. Kevin says, adding that to our dashboard gets us into the class. Nope, you have to register. Make sure you register. You got to register for the class. If you add it to your dashboard, you're going to get the old advanced class that is out. So make sure you register to do the live class. Click on the live class where it says live. LIVE, CLASS. Boom. Live class, RSVP. Edward says, would you buy some Tesla 1,000 calls for September? Already in some. All right. So Slack Technologies. Anyway, $50 call if you want to. Totally your opportunity. You by no means have to, but it will pretty much almost pay for the entire option that we purchased. So Sell to open $50 October call for 245. And realistically, I'll write in, if work gaps up strong, I'll just close the trade for a win. Otherwise, I'll buy to close the short call. So, bottom line, if we gap down on work, I'll buy to close the short call. If we don't gap at all, I'll buy to close the short call. I'll get out of the short call unless we gap up. We gap up, I'll just close the whole trade for a really nice win, and that'll be that. So work, nicely played. Well done, team. Awesome. Pfizer, PFE, had a big gap down today. Really interesting. Now, here's the thing. Pfizer is what people refer to as a blue chip stock. It's been around for a little bit. I think most of you have heard of Pfizer before. Here's the weekly chart. So if you want one of those no-brainer, long-term, buy the dip, extremely boring blue chip stocks that will go higher eventually, Pfizer is the one. Daily chart, you can pretty much bracket trade this candle. Nice. Nice. John says, I thought it was a blue pill stock, not a blue chip stock. Nice. Nice. Yeah, so Fiverr, I mean, I would just bracket trade it. I wouldn't short it personally. It's just too strong of a stock. So I would fade it to the upside if it went higher. And the lower it went, the more I would look to just buy it. So if it trades down to 33, I just wouldn't short it unless you want to day trade it or maybe buy a really quick option. Let the premium increase. This could be a really good put sale if you're interested as well. 25 and some change. In fact, let's just pop over really quick. Let's see, Pfizer. Okay, PFE. Probably go with July. July. Oh, wow. Not a lot of money in Pfizer. July 30. $30 strike price. You could get maybe 16 cents. Nah, I'd wait. I'll just wait out. Nothing really special on Fiverr. Okay, cool. Next on the list, Seagate. STX. Seagate, begin to watch this one, folks. Ooh, look at all those moving averages. Too many. This one is building some pressure, though. It's coiling. Coil McCoil Town. So I know a lot of you know what Seagate is. I don't have any position in this one. I'm not going to personally play Seagate, mostly because I can't be in everything. But I will, or you could consider buying a retest of really, I would say 52.88. All we have to do is just make a new high, and I'd buy that pullback. Seagate is Coil McCoilston. Here's the weekly chart. Hammer. Nice. Above all the moving averages. Nice. Double bottom over here. Another kind of a consolidation. Seagate has room to move. I mean, this is one that Niels and a lot of other traders have done some put sales on and gotten some shares. It does pay a dividend. So if you're in a long enough time horizon, you'll probably make money on Seagate. Look at it. So this is the daily 100, 200 simple moving average with the dividends turned on and with the dividends turned off. It's also kind of the middle. Oh, man. Steven's dropping bombs in the chat pane. Oh, you guys are too funny. Steven says, Doug and John, Jan says that if you use the service, buy the stock. Hey! Oh, it's too funny. Oh, man. I have a story about that, but that is not shareable in this webinar. All right. F5 Network. FFIV. Trend. I mean, looks like everything, guys, honestly. So this is one that I would probably get into a bull put spread on rather than directional shares if we can get a pullback. F5 Networks, I would look to do a bull put spread probably somewhere for July, Rob, 120 or lower, because you're above the long-term moving averages, which is cool, and you're in the middle of the weekly moving averages, which is also kind of cool. So trend is just more or less doing its thing. I really do like the trend, and it looks great. So be bullish if you want on F5. I would just preferred bullish to non-directional. And Alibaba is about to rampage the castle of profits. So however you guys want to play Baba, this thing's about to get going nicely. If it gaps up, day trade it. If you want to buy long-term calls, if you want to buy shares, I like it. Look at this hammer. I mean, what more do you want? Look at that. That is brilliant. Brillante. Alibaba. Looks pretty. Okay, so that's what I got. Now, type in a 1 if you're ready for Mentorship Monday to begin. Now, here's what's really cool. In April, we did a day trading challenge where everyone here and everyone who's a part of Real Life Trading had the opportunity to snag your April team challenge. Right? The April team challenge. And I would say that we all did very well with that. That was the day trading challenge. There are some traders who still use those exact rules and those exact plans, and they will continue to use them, and they will continue to work. Will they work all the time, ladies and gentlemen? No, they will not. Will they work some of the time? Yes, they will. And in fact, they will continue to work for quite a while, a very long while. In fact, the exact same stocks. I used that plan today to make $700 on AMD. So it's like it works very frequently. I use that exact rule today on Tesla to make, more than $700. So the exact plan from April still is going strong. I use it today to clean up. Clean up. Oh, man. Like burning money. So what I'm now going to do is we're going to create a June swing trading challenge. Type in a 2 if you're pumped up. It's already on your dashboard. You can thank Matt DeLong for that. You're welcome to go and click on it and get access to it. It eventually will include this exact video. So what I'm going to do is walk you through what we're going to do as a team for the rest of June. Now, here we go. Let's implement the easiest swing trading strategy and plan ever. What I want you to understand is what you're about to see is exactly how you can create your own swing trading plan and strategy. It's not hard. It's really not complicated. It's not a lot of guesswork. You're going to notice a lot of similarities, and anyone can do it. I do have a really, really, really good, I'm not exaggerating, guys, a phenomenal swing trading product. If you ever do feel so inclined to purchase one, I know it's a premium product, and yes, it has a cost associated with it, but the increase your net worth in 2 hours per week is an insanely good swing trading product, and it's been on your dashboard for the last 6 months. So if you're like, hey, I wish I had a swing trading plan, this has everything. It has broker screenshots. It has a trading plan. It has rules. It has a strategy. It has a scanner. It has filters. It has literally everything you could possibly want. But since none of you guys ever bought it, and everyone's asking me for swing trading plans, I'm like, well, I guess I'll just make another one. I'm not going to make that one because it's out there on the internet for people to buy, but it's literally so good. It's phenomenal, guys. It's so good, but no one wanted it. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll just give it to you another class. So here we go. That's my rant. So this is another plan, another strategy that I built that I've back tested, and it works just like everything else, sometimes, just not all the time. So what problems am I going to solve for you today? The struggle of not knowing what rules to create. I'm going to create rules for you. The challenge of choosing a strategy that works. This strategy works very well. Honestly, being bored out of your mind, but someone who simply doesn't excite you about trading. So I want to excite you about trading. If you go to any other class, any other product, any other program, and they pitch you this exact same thing, you're not going to make it to the end because you're going to get bored out of your mind and you're going to go to sleep. And then, of course, not knowing how to formulate an exact trading plan. Just like we did in April, ladies and gentlemen, you can do for swing trades. We did an April day trades. You can apply that to swing trades. The process and the program is the exact same. Remember, I want to teach you how to fish. If I constantly am giving you fishes, then I no longer have really good freedom of time. I want to make sure that everyone has the opportunity and the wizardry skills of creating a trading plan and strategy, because I'm not special at all. I just sat down on my couch one day. I was like, all right, well, let's come up with some rules and a plan, and then I'm going to follow them. And if you remember April, you got, type in a 7. If you remember that I started down 17 R's, 17 grand, April 6th, the day I'll never forget. And I used our April plan to just come back and win on the month. So all of this is achievable. It's not massively hard. I'm just really good at following the rules. And yes, looking at charts and sticking to the patterns, but going through the rules. So I'm going to give you a swing trading strategy. I'll be providing a swing trading plan because, again, a plan is rules that are built around a strategy, right? And we'll cover the time frames I use and which stocks I use them on. All right, cool deal. So you guys all know about me. Trading is difficult, but simple. Trading is hard, but simple. Difficult, but easy. Here's what you got to do. In swing trading, you have to find the direction and the excitement, AKA the trend. That's what we need to do. That is all you need to do in trading in order to find an opportunity. I'll repeat that again. To find an opportunity, you have to do this. That's it. You will run out of money way before you run out of opportunities. Remember, Warren Buffett manages or has over $100 billion portfolio comprised of like 16 stocks. I see people all the time that have like $100,000 portfolio with like 47 different companies in it. It's like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to be in everything? Find the trend, find the excitement, throw in some positions. 40% of his holding is Apple. Okay, guys? 40%. And he's going to buy more when it has the next dip. 40%. So when he says don't lose money, that means don't get into really crappy, lame companies that don't make money, right? Don't lose money means get into companies that are not losing money. If you have a company that's growing earnings, growing sales, growing revenue, net profits up, and their cash flow is increasing, the stock's going to go higher eventually. I mean, that's just the way it works. It's trading. So that should be the very first thing that you do when you're swing trading. Find the trend, find the excitement, understand the company, get in. Because there's hundreds of ways to determine the trend, right? You can use moving averages, you can do different time frames. I'm going to outline what works great for me and many other traders I work with on a daily basis. Okay. The testimonials, all of you are still here. All of these messages, you're all still here. You guys all know that this stuff works. Just doesn't work all the time. So in swing trading, you can do one of three things that I have found. And again, there's always multiple avenues that you can create, but one of three things. Number one, find a strategy and apply it. Use a scanner to track down the precise setup all the time. The challenge with this one, and again, that's what I outlined in the 2 hours to increase your net worth class that literally like 2 people have purchased since I ever created it. That program, that's what I do is I give you a scanner. You can scan for an exact strategy and you can set it up. The thing is, you have to determine which one you like better based on some practice, because you will always get an opportunity. You'll always get an opportunity. Like every single day, you will have a scan set up. Okay. So that's number one, is you have a strategy and you apply it across across the markets. Find whatever strategy you want and just boom, 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 all the time. Does that work, ladies and gentlemen? Yes or no? The answer is yes. Yes, it does. Sometimes it won't, but oftentimes it will. And again, strategy can be anything. It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't take a rocket scientist or a rocket surgeon. It doesn't take a rocket surgeon as George Bush would say, to find a strategy. Just go into any scanner and try to break it and find a good strategy. Okay, so number 2, find a strategy and apply it to the same exact stocks over and over and over and over and over again. You can do that one. So that's what we're doing now. So you find a strategy and you just stick to the exact same group of stocks. Which one do you think has less trades? Number 1 or number 2? Number 2, for sure. Right? Because number 1, every day you're going to get new stocks to scan through and find a trade setup. Number 2, you're going to get setups sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes. And then number 3, when I said one of 3 things, just buy shares of a really good company at amazing prices and hold it until it goes higher. That's kind of the other third perspective of trading. Again, let's say you had a $10,000 portfolio, $10,000 account, you had $10,000 to trade with. And from the beginner's class that I taught back in March, the beginner's class, you took $10,000 and put it into the 3 stocks that I told everyone, hey, if you want to buy the equivalent of Visa, Shopify, and McDonald's, here's the exact ones to do: Salesforce, Wix, and GoDaddy. If you had done just that, taken that 10,000 spread out over those 3 stocks, right? Wix, Salesforce, and GoDaddy, you'd be up almost $10,000 in the course of a month and a half. If you had done nothing other than that, that's it, nothing. You would have been up over 10 grand. 10 grand. Now, again, all of you here have read my book, Money Grows on Trees. Remember, at the end, I start talking about this exact perspective. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. That is if the basket can break and all the eggs will crack and go to 0. Will Salesforce, Wix, or GoDaddy go to 0 at any point in time in the next 2 years? No, they will not. Nope, it will not happen. I will stake my career on that. It will not occur. They will not be at 0 in 2 years. They could go down, but they won't be at 0, which means you can mitigate your risk, which means all the eggs are not in your basket. Secondly, Mark Cuban says diversification's for people who don't know what they're doing. Again, Warren Buffett has 40% of his entire investment into Apple. So at some point, you're going to have to put in some money, ladies and gentlemen, and let it do its thing. At some point, if you want to make some serious money, practice, study, know what looks good, and then get in and then be in it for a while. It's not crazy. It's not insanely hard. Sometimes it just takes longer than other times. Right? Penn National Gaming has increased like 600% in the last 3 months. You know, so you could have put $1,000 into Penn National Gaming and now you'd have 600% more than that. So again, it's just one of those situations where it's not really that hard. We can trade and study as much as we want. Swing trading for me, I could easily spend 2 hours a week and that's it. I could do 2 hours a week and set up all my swing trades and make plenty of money. And I'm not bragging. Anyone can do it. It's not hard. Just don't get overzealous. Because remember, everything works just not all the time. You're going to have some COVIDs. You're going to have some Marches. You're going to have some pullbacks in companies. That's why you sell high and then you buy low again. If a stock makes a new all-time high and you bought it at a low price, so let's say a stock does this, right? And you bought it here. Should you sell some here or sell all of it or sell most of it? The answer is it depends. I usually do. I'll usually sell it, take the cash, and then go buy another one. I'll just literally scan for another one and or wait until that same company pulls back to another level. Right? I mean, guys, ladies, you can make so much money in the stock market. So much. It is astronomical how much money you can make in the market. You just have to stay in. If a stock is winning, let it win, you know? Like, just let it win. If you're wrong, do something about it. If you're not wrong, you don't really have to do anything. Just let it keep winning. You know, if you're wrong, yeah, you're wrong. Do something about it. But if you're right, just be in. Trading is simple. It's just difficult, like walking 1,000 miles, which I have almost done this year. I've almost gotten there. I've almost hit 1,000 miles for this year, which is pretty cool. Doing that in a month, that would be hard. Okay. Now, again, if I'm making it sound so easy, what are some good companies? You guys already know the answers to that. Everyone here knows the answers of good companies. Type in a 1 if you know every single one of these companies on this list. Every single one of you knows all of these companies. Johnson & Johnson, Apple, Procter & Gamble, Yum, GoDaddy, Wix, Shopify, Pfizer, Walmart, Eli Lilly, Bristol Myers, AMD, Nike, Coke, Pepsi, Tesla, Starbucks, McDonald's. Strong, good companies in long-term uptrends. So here's the strategy. For this strategy, I'm using 2 moving averages, 105 EMA and a 50 EMA. 105, does that sound familiar? It's been working. It works. So let's just keep using it. Let's keep using that magical 105. And here it goes. If the stock is below the 50 EMA and below the 105 EMA on the 30-minute chart, I'm looking to sell puts or get into a bull put spread or possibly short for a quick swing trade unless support is nearby. If support is not nearby, I'll play the stock bearish. Right? Now, what if you don't know anything about selling puts? Okay, then you'll cross that one out. What if you don't know anything about selling bull put spreads? Then cross that one out, or watch the advanced classes, which is going to be free. Or shorting stock. What if you don't know anything about shorting stock? Then cross that one out, and you'll only play bullish. That's fine. So here's the bullish one. If the stock is above the 50 EMA and above the 105 EMA on the 30-minute chart, I'm only looking at playing the stock bullish. If the stock is in the middle of the two, create some buy low, sell high setups, possibly with a half an hour risk entries with 2 different orders. If you want the RLT indicator, Matt DeLong has literally already built it for you. 1 second. Matt has already built it. Is that insane or is that just insane? It's in the chat pane. You can also, if you want, you can copy and paste it out of the link right here. Or since you have the copy of these slides on your June challenge, you can just click on the link in the slide deck. However you want to get it, it's all available to you. So Rob says, had someone made a Thinkorswim version? It's going to be out in probably 8 seconds because it's very, very easy. It's real simple. All you have to do is change, because remember, we used a 20 EMA for day trading. So just go in there, copy the 20 and change it to the 50, and then boom, there you go. That'll be that. Super easy. Now, here's what gets cool. Determining the trend is actually quite simple. All right, pull it up. If the stock is above, I'm bullish. If it's below, you either trade bearish or non-directionally bullish. Okay, I do that all the time. You either trade bearish or non-directionally bullish. Non-directionally bullish means you don't think it's going to go higher, and if it does go higher, cool. But if it doesn't go down a lot, you can make some money. And if it does go down a lot, like March, then you might lose money or mitigate your risk or protect yourself. We'll talk about that in future classes, aka tonight. Now, again, if it's in between the moving averages, be conservative, be patient, buy as low as you can, sell as high as you can, and review the chart. You know, look at other time frames, see if you like it. We're going to talk about that in just a moment, but this is, again, really, really basic. So here's the setup. Here's the simplistic approach. We'll follow the exact same 6 stocks for June. As a team for swing trading, from everywhere between Real Life Trading Australia and Real Life Trading America and everywhere else in between, we'll follow the exact same 6 stocks for June. How's that feel? Type in 1 if you're pumped about that. We're all going to follow them together in the afternoon swing trading room. We'll have all kinds of strategies on them. We'll do put sales. We'll do covered calls. We'll do bull put spreads. We'll buy shares. We're just going to track the exact same 6 stocks. Would you like to know which the 6 stocks are going to be? Now, here they are. I did not put Tesla on this list because everyone already knows my thoughts on Tesla, but I do have a little bit of a higher price stock in here. But here's the 6. Wayfair, AMD, Bluebird Bio, Marriott, Beyond Meat, and Boeing. you got all the industries in this list. They're all here. We kind of got a little bit of everything. So here are some rules. I must review and plan a trade 18 hours before I can take it. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2, I must play in the direction of the trends. If the daily trend is super bullish, but the 30-minute is bearish, I can simply sell puts, get into a bull put spread, or wait. Okay. I have the option, I have the choice, I have the decision. It's there written down. I hope you guys are taking notes or printing this stuff out, putting it by your desk, because you can use this plan for the rest of your life if you want. It'll work and you can make money. Remember, I did nothing other than trade Apple for 2 years. Boring. Whew, it was boring. Man, made so much money. Number 3, I must play in the direction of the trend. If the daily is sideways or bearish and the 30-minute is bearish, I can short stock, buy puts, wait, or sell puts. Right? But again, I'm playing in the direction of the trend, because if a stock is trending down, I can sell puts if I want to own shares, right? We're going to enter the trades based on the 30-minute chart. We can review the 15-minute charts for support and resistance and pre-market candles. We can also look at the hourly charts, but our main time frame is 30-minute. The reason I put this rule in here is a lot of you have beautiful analytical, rule-based, system-oriented, math equation, engineer minds. And since, ironically enough, I don't have any of those things, I have none of those skills. I wanted to put rule number 4 in there because a lot of people go, cannot compute. You said 30-minute chart. I don't know any other time frame. 30 minutes is life. I only use 30-minute charts. So be flexible. 30 minutes is going to be the main time frame, but look at other time frames. It's okay. Check them out. See if you like something. If we're going to do this as a team, right? 6 stocks for the entire month of June. Let's chart everything possible. Let's get it all out there, and we'll know where everything is at. And then we'll know where our targets are at. We'll know where our pullbacks are. And we're definitely going to take some losing trades for sure. We're absolutely going to have a nice winner at some point. Now, number 5 is cool. Have a max of 5 lines, some horizontal and or some linear. Because I have seen a few charts recently that look like this. Now, again, you can use TrendSpider to create the lines for you. That's fine. Not a big deal. But if you have 473 lines, Brad Reed, cough, cough, it's like, bro, give me a break. You know, I get it. Brad likes to have lines for different things, for different averages. And you know, it's like, well, then why have the moving averages? I make fun of Brad all the time. I've been making fun of Brad for 4 years. The point is, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have a max of 5 lines on every one of my charts on these 6. Okay. Easy. Now, number 6, I am able to own stock and sell covered calls. That is a strategy. Once in a trade, I'm trying to exit within 8 trading days. Notice the word trying. Helps me create a goal. Once in a trade, I'm not allowed to move my stop for 2 full trading days. How long, ladies and gentlemen? How many days? Because Manhar is going to ask me this question as soon as we get into a trade Tuesday. Hey, we're in the trade. Should we move a stop? You guys are already going to know the answer. If I get into a trade, there's nothing I can do for 2 days. Right? Terry and I were talking about this just earlier today. It's like you got to be in it to win it. My target goal is 1.6 Rs. If I'm up more than 1 R in less than 2 full trading days and the chart has nice gaps, I'm allowed to hold for 2.4 Rs. I will analyze the charts on both extended and non-extended hours time frame. So those are some other plans, other approaches. So this is Beyond Meat right now, today, as a like recent chart. What is the trend on Beyond Meat? What are we going to look at? Bullish or bearish? Go. What do you all think? John says, are these slides available? Yes, sir. I've already mentioned where to access those on the dashboard. Yep. All right. They're bullish. That is correct. Rampage Jackson is in the house. Now, would we try to buy here in the brown circle, or would we try to buy somewhere in the green circle, if you had to guess? If you had to take a stab in the dark, right? We're trying to buy green. Yeah. That is the goal. Okay. What is the, so this is the extended hours. This is the non-extended hours. They're both bullish. We're above moving averages on both time frames. Therefore, I would trade that bullish, and we're going to. Marriott International. Now, a lot of you asked me why I sold puts on Friday. Jeremy, the stock's going down. Why do you want to sell puts? Well, number one, I don't mind owning shares of Marriott because Marriott will absolutely be higher 2 years from now than it is right now. Marriott will not go out of business in the next 2 years. Secondly, it was at $88 and I sold a $70 put sale. Third thing, I got paid $1.55 to do that trade. Fourth thing, it was below the moving averages. Yes, absolutely. But it was pulling into a major support level of sorts, AKA previous highs along with this retest gap. So I sold a put because if I got put shares down there, we would own a nice company at a good price. But now, are we bullish or bearish on Marriott? We're bullish. Yep, exactly. Thor says it's a win-win if you don't mind owning shares at 70. Yep, exactly. Because remember, folks, if I got put shares at 70, my dollar cost basis is actually $70 minus $1.55. Cool. Plus, you get more premium when you sell on a down day. So again, we're going to focus on Wayfair, AMD, Bluebird Bio, Marriott, Beyond Meat, and Boeing. I'm looking for good gaps. I'm looking for one white soldiers, Morningstar patterns, hammers, tweezer bottoms, and double bottoms. I'm allowed to check any moving average I want on any time frame above the 30-minute just to see if there's anything blatantly in the way. If there isn't, it becomes a much higher probability trade setup. All right, so if we're going directional with options or shares, if there's nothing in the way at all on any time frame, I like it even more. I will focus predominantly on trading shares and potentially selling options. But of course, you can trade options with any strategy that you want, as long as you have a really good direction. Timing is everything when you buy an option. It's all about timing. So let's go review some real life examples. It's a very good question. Lucian says, will you leave the current swing trades open? Yep, I'll leave these open. I will leave the current ones open just because they're really good. So Aurora Cannabis, I'll leave open. I don't think it's going to trigger right now. Progeny, PGNY, we'll leave open, but we'll probably end up canceling it because it hasn't triggered yet. DOYU, I'll leave open, but hasn't triggered yet. And Upwork, UPWK. Upwork has not broken out, but I will leave that open just in case. Robert says, you mentioned selling covered calls. Are we selling front week calls to get called away? That is correct. Yep. That's something that we're allowed to do with this plan. We are allowed to do that. So Upwork, we'll see if it breaks out, and cool. But yeah, I will leave those open. And then we have TNK, GoGo, and then, Hertz is just going to be worthless. So, okay. So let's go look at some real life examples very fast, and let's set up some trades. Beyond Meat. So ladies and gentlemen, do we have a good gap on Beyond Meat? Yes or no? Okay, so we got a gap. We know what kind of gap it is. It's a retest gap. It's like, all right, cool. That's awesome. So let's go into our 30-minute chart, and let's pull up our moving averages, shall we? So we got the 50 moving average, and we got the 105. Are we bullish on this one, yes or no? We are. Yep, I would agree. Now, my entry on this one would be placed at the high of this candle. So that would be a limit buy of 132 even. Okay, and then the stop loss would be below the averages, so we'll call it 126. 126.42. And if we got stopped out of that, I actually would try it again because there is a double bottom right there. Thor says it has to be a gap. No, sir. I just like it. I like it when it's a gap. I like analyzing my gaps. That's why I'm playing it on a pullback, because it is a retest gap and I'm absolutely adequate to get in on a pullback if it pulls back. So now I will take the note and I will put it into my note-taking device saying, if we do get stopped out at 126.42, I will try again there as it is a double bottom on the 30-minute. Now I'll turn the extended hours off just to see if I see anything interesting. So again, extended hours, yeah, we could definitely pull back into that at some point. We can go to the daily chart and just see if there's any moving averages in the way. We talked about that earlier. Nope, no moving averages in the way on there. I'm telling you all right now, and listen, please, if we close above this candle on Beyond Meat on the weekly, I think it'll go up 50% this month. It'll be an absolute monster. So it is a gap. It's a nice gap. It's a gap on a weekly chart. We'll see if we can get a pullback. Eventually we will. So we're going to be watching Beyond Meat, and we'll come back over to the 30-minute chart. Come back over to the 30-minute, 20, 50, and 105 EMA. And there we go. That'll be the setup. Christopher says, can we play long calls? Let's go check our plan and see what it says. Bum, 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 bum. I forget exactly which rule that is. Okay. Give me 9 seconds. Where did I have that? Okay. Rule 3. Thank you. The answer is yes. You can play calls. I forget exactly what rule it is, but yes, you can play calls. Options or shares. Okay. Christopher, did you crush stock trading last month? Because if you did, then you can definitely do calls. If you did not, then trade stock before trading options, because it's easier. Trading stock is 400 times easier than trading options. 6/1/2020 UIND. All right, 132 and stop loss 126.42. Shares. I think it's a great trade based on a retest gap. Open because not triggered yet. And new official swing trade. Also, this is going to make the afternoon rooms a little bit faster, by the way, in case you're wondering. We'll be in and out a little bit faster because there won't be that much to talk about. I will still look at stuff that you guys want to look at, because not everyone, I get it, not every single person is going to have or wants to have these exact plans. So I will be happy and thrilled and honored to review whatever you want me to review for you. Okay, Boeing. So bullish or bearish, ladies and gentlemen? Bullish on that. Yep, and the extended hours, bullish on that. So using the extended hours, I'd love to buy. Here would be really fun. This might be one of those where we do half an hour. So there you go. Robert says suggested max of open trades coming up next. So we have a nice little hammer candle there, pre-market, and we also have a double bottom. So what I'm gonna do is on Boeing, I'll do half an R and half an R. And then we'll put the stop loss right here. Okay. Amy says, do we wait to put the order in? I've already done the 18 hours for you, Amy. So as of right now, you're good. Yep. I've already done the 18 hours. I've been planning all of these already. I put in like 46 hours into this weekend. Okay. So this will be half an R and then half an R. Half an R entry. Half an R entry. And stop loss will be here. Okay. That's Boeing. See if we can catch on a pullback. Now, folks, will that trade work? I don't know. Maybe. It's bound to work at some point. I'm not going to just take a bunch of losers all month long. I will lose on a trade, I promise. With this exact plan, you can rest assured. You can bet on black on that one, ladies and gentlemen. I will lose on a trade with this exact plan. I think it's a great trade. What type of gap is that on the daily? Let's go look at the daily chart. I think it's a retest gap. Yes, it is. Okay, retest gap, open, put in half an hour entry. All right, back over here, 6/1/2020, same thing, Boeing. Second half an hour is 146.61, 141.02. Shares, I think it's a good trade based on the retest gap. Open because not triggered yet. Half an hour. All right. There we go. Boeing, Dunzo, the clown. We'll continue to keep an eye on Boeing. Win or lose, I don't know. Both are possible, though. Dunzo, Washington. That's right. Next on the list is Wayfair. Check some W. In Wayfair, if we go to a daily chart, we can see that we are in a very, very strong bullish trend. And the 30-minute chart, we are also a little bit on the bullish side. We're above the averages. On the extended hours, we're in between them. And we're kind of on top of them for the daily time frame. Sorry, the non-extended time frame. So what that says to me is I'm just going to be a little bit patient on this one, right? We're in the middle in the non-extended hours, and we're kind of right on top of them. The trend's definitely bullish. It gives me more opinion, but I want to plan this one for a little bit more time. So let's see if it can do something like this and then this, and maybe we'll buy it. Or if it drops back down to this support, I will look to buy it at 147 or maybe sell a put. Okay, pretty simple there. Next on the list is AMD, and I will go ahead and share with you the trade that I am in on AMD. This is the day trade that I placed. So you guys all know about that. We talked about that in the morning room. So this is the 30-minute, and we're above everything. So I will go ahead and talk about the trade that I have already in right now. 100 shares on AMD. I don't really have a way of specifically putting into the tracking journal, but this is what I'm doing for the most part. Bullish limit buy, 100 shares. So it's 53.46 and 52.71, and then selling a covered call if both of those fill at 57 for June 5th. So that's it. That's all I'm doing on AMD. I'll buy protective puts if I need to, but really I will just buy more shares if it goes lower. So if it trades down to 46 or 47, we'll get into another 100 down there. And again, not a very expensive stock. Already got the put sale at 45. So give me some shares at 45. Bring it on. If you want to do this put sale, you're more than welcome to. This is an official put sale. It is on the books. It is set up and ready to rock. There's some people already in this one, and I like it. So, you know, there's still plenty of premium on it. If you want to do that put sale, you're welcome to. If you want to own 100 shares of AMD, Michael says he's never done a put sale. We'll do one right now on this stock. Fake money. Try it virtually. Show you how it works. It's always good to learn new things. So this covered call is going to be like 17 cents. Won't be that much. But again, that's just going to be getting paid, you know, 30 bucks, 40 bucks to sell at a profit. And if we don't get called away there, we'll do it again next month, and we'll do it, or next week, and we'll do it again next week, and we'll do it again next week. We'll just keep doing it until we get called away for a profit. Even that one trade could pay for the afternoon room by itself. Okay, Bluebird, and then we're done. Blue, B-L-U-E. So Blue may already be in this one, but we will set up another one. Really, really pretty looking double bottom on the daily chart. Looks kind of nice. Big double bottom here. Nice little support resistance there. Let's pop into the 30-minute chart. 30-minute time frame on Bluebird. Oh, I didn't look at Marriott. I thought I did. I'll look at it again. Bluebird, bullish limit buy. There is your double bottom right there. There it is. And stop loss would go, oh boy, don't even know what that is. Oh God. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. All right, stop loss. I'm getting delirious, by the way, guys. This running is brutal. Okay. 61.90 by 57.37 on Bluebird. Just in case it pulls back. New official swing trade on BLUE. $61.90, 6/1/2020 BLUE 6190 with a stop loss at 57.37. Shares, I think it's a great trade based on a retest gap. Open because it's not triggered yet. And then Marriott, ticker symbol MAR. So I have a put sale on Marriott already. Here's the daily chart. Beautiful one white soldier. Looks crisp, clean, and delicious. Moving averages look crisp, clean, and delicious. Long terms are very far away. 30-minute, we are obviously going to be above all those averages. Chris says, are you doing a new advanced class? I am, indeed. Yes, sir. All you have to do is go up to live class, Mr. Chris Short, click on live class, and there it is. It will be right there, live class. All right, so Marriott, obviously it's above here, and if you click on extend hours, it's above there. I do want to take the breakout on this one if that's all we get, but I would rather it trade sideways for another day or like another day before we take the breakout. So definitely bullish on Marriott. I already have a position in it. That's why I'm not specifically hunting this thing down. I'm not really going to just hop in immediately, but I love the trade. Looks very, very pretty. I'm already in, right? That's the thing. So I don't specifically need to get in, but we will continue to keep an eye on it tomorrow. We'll come back to it and we'll look at it and see what Marriott is doing. Very cool. So, that's me. I got to run, literally. So here are your examples of your plan are, whatever you're comfortable with. I'm 1,000. max of 9 open trades at once, including option sales. Plan and review for a gaps each each day. Wow. Each day, because I like gaps, right? Gaps work. Plan on trying to buy as low as possible or snag some on a breakout. If all stocks have the exact same shape, candles, or patterns, I will wait another day, which they really don't at this point. Take a total of max 40 trades per month, right? My target is 1.6 Rs. If I'm up more than 1 R in less than 2 full days and the chart has nice gaps, I'm allowed to hold for 2.4 Rs. Plan to exit all at 2.4 Rs. If that hasn't been hit in 12 days and you're still profitable, exit. Average loss should be around 0.7 Rs. I will lose on trades, embrace it. For every loss, I will picture handing money to a friend. If I'm profitable in every swing trade, exit. Must plan any swing trade in 18 hours in advance. Pain. If you, we, or I break any of the above rules, we all will go without sugar, coffee, and TV for 3 weeks. There you are. The goal, 4R in June for swing trades. That's the goal. Mike says coffee will be a murder. It'll be tough for some people, but don't break the rules. We don't really have that many rules to break. So Thor says, can we still have black tea? Black tea is not coffee, and you can do that. That is correct. All right, guys, I got to go. But I will be back in 54 minutes for advanced class number 1. Don't break the rules. Here's your plan. We'll be reviewing these tomorrow if you need them. You already know what stocks we're looking at tomorrow. Love, life, live, life, and trade. You guys rock. Bye.